Good morning. We are in Shoreham and gonna do some cross-country flying. Not so sure about the weather, but if it gets too bad, I'll kind of modify it a little bit. But so we're do gonna fly to three other airports, do touch and goes at the other airports. Do a full stop at the last one. So that's kind of what the goal is, and I'm trying a little bit different graphic settings, and I'm just not so sure how they're going to work out, but I was trying to reduce the shimmering or anti-aliasing, trying to reduce that a little bit, and we'll just have to see how it goes. The last time I streamed, I had a fuel leak somehow, some way. Yet to figure out why that is. Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt me again. But we'll just have to see. Okay, I think that's about it. Yeah. Now I'll just do a quick check. I'll show. Let me go over here. Graphics. So I was running this up here. So I turned it down below HDMR. Turned this up a bit. Uh, that's the same place it was. I turned this up. I was here. I turned it up one notch. Isotropic filtering. That's where I am. So we'll just have to see how it all turns out. Oh, back here. Okay. I think I'm okay here. Alrighty. Um, so we'll get on with our flight. So we'll go ahead and click on next.
OBS sim sound.
Alrighty. OBS sim sound. Let me see. Oh yeah, we're good.
Check. Mod mic in position.
It is now.
Check. OBS mod mic sound.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're good.
Check. OBS streaming.
Yeah, looks like I'm streaming.
Check. Over toolkit windows.
Yep, I got Windows OVR Toolkit windows here.
Check. Fly with Lewis sounds script.
Yep, I got my sound script right here. I'll move this just a little bit so that's see. Yep, we're good.
Check. ABI tab plugin.
Habitat plugin, it's right here. Good.
Check. Rep weight and balance.
So let me check rep. I think we're okay, but we'll check it to be sure. So show weight and balance. 15, that's what I wanted.
Check. Rep maintenance log.
So I had trouble with this last time I streamed. Hopefully it's okay now. Show maintenance report. Yeah, we're good. For some reason it was showing up in 2D. Not sure why. So these say okay, so I couldn't find anything wrong. But I was losing fuel like gangbusters. I had a 60 nautical mile flat leg, and I had to refill the tank 3 times. That's a little wrong.
Check.
All right.
2 brakes. Test and set. 3 fuel selector. Both. 4 fuel shutoff valve. On, in. 6 beacon. On. 7 avionics switch. Off. 8 master switch. On. 9 throttle. Open 1/4 inch. 10 mixture. Idle cut off. A auxiliary pump. On. B mixture. Rich until 3 to 5 GPH then cut off. C auxiliary pump. Off. 12 starter. Engage. 1 ignition switch. Start. 2 mixture, at engine start. Rich. 3 engine. RPM 1000 RPM. 4 oil pressure. Check. 5 mixture. Leaned max. 6 flaps. Retract. 7 avionics. On. 8 instruments.
Oh, elevation here is 4 feet. That looks pretty close. Between 24 and west. It's a little bit off. Right about there should be good.
Set. 1 brakes.
Okay, we're good. We are good. So, fuel looks okay. Temperature's still too cold. Let me test to see if Pilot ATC is working. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say weather.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf weather at Echo Golf Kilo Alpha is broken. Visibility is unrestricted, winds are light and variable cloud coverage is 2000 scattered. 2800 broken. Current altimeter is 3039er. Temperature 172.14.
So, looks like I should be able to be okay. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 02.
Okay. Tower. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 5, 4, 0. What are you saying tower is? Come on. Okay. Should be okay. Come on. So, do this, that guy. And zoom a little bit. So, let's see if I got a airport for this. Yep. Alrighty. Maybe a little bit of fun trying to find my way out of here, but hey, that's all part of the fun of flying. So, check my flight plan. That looks incorrect. So let me, okay. It should be EGKA. To MC. Yep. Okay. That looks better. That looks better. Going to be a heading of 81 to when we depart. So, okie dokie. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to runway 20 via taxiways Kilo, hold short runway 20.
Okay. So runway 20. I think I gotta turn around. So let me let's go over here and see if I can make my way to a runway. Something tells me this ain't the right way. We'll go down and look. Oh, that's absolutely not the right way. There's a fence right there. I'm almost on the fence right here. Alrighty. So, we'll go out across the grass. Let's see how we're looking here. I am confused. Mm-hmm. Okay, looks like I'm kind of going the right way.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf advise when ready for departure.
Guess I'm going the right way. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are light and variable. Altimeter 3039 are cleared for takeoff. Runway 20.
Okay. Yeah, this runway's, this airport's got like 3 grass taxiways. And this is short. So let's get lined up here. Okay. So, turn for takeoff. Rock and roll. Up we go. Should be a heading of 81. Look too bad. Yeah, we'll be okay. So we get up here 500 feet above the ground. Go ahead and turn to our heading. So that's about it. Yep, that's about right. Okay, go ahead, pull the power back to about 2200. I'll trim it for whatever I can get. So the legs today are a little bit shorter than my previous flight, so take a little less time.
Have a good morning. Frequency change approved.
Alrighty. So we're 45 miles away from the our first airport, so I was climbing just a little bit, shoved in the yoke a bit, trimmed it. Not quite enough. They're on about 95 knots right now. Still was climbing. Haven't quite caught it yet. Kind of a little bit of a balancing act where when you pitch your nose down, the airspeed increases, the RPM increases by a little bit, so you got to do a little bit of juggling when you first start, but once you get it dialed in, it's no more than maybe 5 minutes, probably less, to get it dialed in, and then for the duration of the leg, you shouldn't have to touch it too much. It should just fly. So I'm not, the only time I'm using any pitch change is just to, just right now trying to get level flight. And the only other inputs I'm doing to the, that's kind of cool. We jump out. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, looks pretty neat. Looks pretty neat. Like an amusement park or something like that here. Not sure. Yeah, there's like a roller coaster down there. A couple of them. Yeah, pretty cool. Really cool. Awesome. Frames aren't quite where I want them to be, but they're not bad. So I don't see any stutters at all. So I'm kind of like looking at them cars just to see, and they're just smooth. So we're good. Oh, harbor, or yeah, marina. A marina here. Couple break walls here. Pretty neat. And what I was trying to resolve, it looks like I've done, is I don't see any of the shimmering that I was seeing before. So it actually is looking pretty good. Not sure if I'm on course or not. I better jump back in the cockpit. Okay. Yeah, not too far. I'm a little off course. Not bad. Just enjoying the coastline. Altitude-wise, I was fine. It was just a little bit to the right, of course. So we'll get back. Yeah, like I said, once you get the plane like trimmed, I'll fly this until I get to the next airport. I will be making very, very few pitch changes. Very, very few. Yeah, if I can keep this altitude, I'll be okay. I'll be underneath the weather. It'll just be hazy like it is, like you can see. It's just hazy. And haziness generally doesn't bother you. The only downside to haze is it makes it a bit difficult to find an airport. So it's not impossible. You just have to look a little harder. But it doesn't mean you can't find them. It just means they're a little more difficult. If you kind of know like how far it is, when you're 10 miles out, ain't too big a deal. Remember when I first started streaming, I would only fly. Yeah, I'm dropping just a little bit, so pull back on the yoke a little bit, and move the trim wheel just a little bit. So you're watching the altitude change now. Not a lot, pretty slow. So I'm trying to be at 1500. So it's going to porpoise just a little bit here, trying to figure out where its next happy spot is. Hasn't quite got there yet. So it just porpoises back and forth like, oh heck. That's maybe 40 feet. It's just moving up and down 40 feet. And pretty soon it'll find a place in between where it was and where it is. And then it should just rest there. So my adjustment, I increased it by, ain't quite done yet, so I probably moved it up by about 40 feet. Yeah, I'm running native X-Plane clouds. I'm not running any add-ons. Kind of looking forward to what the what X-Plane 12, what the clouds are going to look like in not in their trailers, but what I'll see on a VR headset. Generally, it's relevant to me. So, it's going to be interesting. Shouldn't be too far off now. I wouldn't think. It's not weeks. It's got to be months, but it would be kind of cool if for Christmas or before Christmas, Thanksgiving would be even better. If there'd be a public beta, that'd be a lot of fun. But we'll just have to see how that all works out. Okay, 32 miles, not quite yet. I get probably about 20 miles out, I'll go ahead and pick up get the information for the next airport. And at 10 miles out, I'll go ahead and make a radio call to the tower. So the program I'm running for my air traffic control is Pilot ATC. And the cool thing is that it's all voice controlled, so I basically can talk to the AI, to the artificial intelligence. I can talk to them, and if you're doing things pretty much okay, correct, you'll get pretty good response. So what I'll do is when I get 10 miles out, I'll get permission to land. When I'm on the downwind leg, then I will ask permission to do a touch and go. I found if I try to do that earlier, ask for a touch and go early, it doesn't work. But so you just do it on the downwind, just like I would if I was doing pattern work at an airport. Basically exactly the same way. So, but it seems to work pretty good. A windmill over there, all by itself. Actually, we're a little off course, so I can get a little closer to it. Pretty nicely modeled. Let me pop out. Yeah, that's really nicely modeled. Yep, it's a little bit off. That's better. So 25 miles to go. Looks like 16 minutes. So the scenery I'm using is Orbx True Earth for Great Britain, and so I'm kind of loosely following the coastline of Great Britain. The one airport, I think this one here, if I remember right, I gotta go inland a bit. Oops. And then I think the next airport will be out on the coast again. And the last airport will be close to the coast, so. Yeah, it's gonna be a little fun to find this airport. What kind of helps if you've flown for a while, you kind of know what the features to look for. So I'm not quite sure how big the runway is, but you're generally looking for something that's straight and fairly long. This last airport I took off from, that was 2,000 feet, so that wasn't really long. But if you're if it's like a 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 foot runway, that's a pretty good hunk of property. So so you're just looking for something that kind of looks that way. So something that is straight and fairly long. You know, not a road won't be that way. Roads, the majority of roads aren't real straight. They got curves in them. But runway doesn't. Runway's straight. Well, let me rephrase that. Most runways are straight. Not all of them, but most of them are. So you're kind of looking at that for those features. So, and you have a map, have a GPS, so it's kind of showing you kind of where, kind of the general direction of where the airport is. And like on my GPS, it's telling me, so that's 20. The airport's 20.5 miles away, so it'll let you know when you're getting closer to it. And so when you get closer, then you need to start looking better. And like right now, you're just taking in the scenery. So like those roads there, those roads are pretty straight, but that's kind of uncommon actually. Okay, so I'm 20 miles out, so I'm gonna go ahead and next airport is MD. So I'll click on MD. MD is so it's the same. Uh, it's it's 13 feet, so it's pretty close to sea level. The airport, the runway, it's 03 and 21, and it is so it's 4,800 feet, so it's about 5,000 feet. So it'll be pretty easy. Should be pretty easy to find this guy. So what's the weather? So So the weather's 100 at 6 knots. No. So we got 03, that would be 30 and 21. Neither one of them line up completely. So it's going to be a bit of a crosswind, but it's only 6 knots, so where would I guess? 03, 30. 30, 60. I'm saying it's going to be 30, 03. I turn my heading bug over to 03. Whoops. And we'll see how that goes. So what I do is I look at what the wind direction is. So right now the direction is 106 knots. So 100 is the same as so you take one number off that, so 10. So 3 is 30, 60, 90. That would be 10. So it's closer than the other runway is 21. So that's down here. So the wind is closer to the 3 than it is to 21. At least that's been my experience, and we'll find out if I got it figured out right. When I contact the tower, they'll tell me which one. But I try to get things set up a bit ahead of time so I don't have to. So you're not rushed when you're getting ready to do the approach. So right now I'm 14 miles out, and when I get 10 miles out, I'll make the radio call to tower. So tower is 119.38. See if I get a confirmation. EGMD. Yeah. Whoops. So that should have put it, that should have put it in my, in the standby frequency. We'll find out. Kind of looking like I gotta go out across this water. Yep. Not much of it, but. So I'll first do like an initial radio call. I'll just say, I'll just say tower and my call sign, and just to make sure I'm on like the right frequency, and hopefully the response is tower, you know. So it's just kind of like a pre-check to make sure you're talking to the right person. And then you're double checking, so when you tell them that you're inbound to land, you're cross-checking to make sure that the runway they said to land on is actually a runway at the airport that you think you're going to. So it's kind of important for it to line up. Helps to switch your frequency. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Tower, go ahead.
Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good morning. Squawk 1200, altimeter 3042, enter pattern on a left downwind for runway 03. Call downwind.
Okay, so I got that all figured out correctly. And 03, when I'm looking at my heading indicator, it looks like I'm going to have to turn before I get to the airport, and then do a 180 to spin around to get set up for the left downwind of runway 03. So altitude 13 feet, so my pattern will be right around 1,000 feet, maybe 1,100, something like that. Getting kind of a little bit more fun to try to discern where an airport's gonna be. But I'm on kind of a reasonable heading, not completely good. So I'm gonna pull power back just a little bit here. Try to get slowed down. I don't want to get too slow, but we'll get slowed down a little bit. Give me a little more time to kind of figure out what's going on. So when I pulled the power back, it started descending a little bit. I don't want it to really do that, so pulled back on the yoke. Trying to hold it at around 1,500 feet. When I get close enough to the airport, then I can like let it drop more. Not a lot. But as I do this, my airspeed will start decreasing, so. Like a bunch of windmills over there. Yep. Yeah, gonna be fun finding this one. All part of the experience. So it's 4.8 miles away. As you can see, it is not easy to see. But I gotta be able to see it before I can do too much. Because as hazy as it is, I'll probably be less than 2 miles away before I actually see her. Before I actually can be sure that I'm at an airport. When you look at the shore and all that stuff, you kind of go like 3.7. It's pretty unlikely that it's on the other side of that water. We'll certainly find that out, but I would find it hard to believe. Three miles out. I'm thinking it's got to be right there. Yep, looking like that's where it is. But I'm legitimately, whoops. Legitimately guessing. So this is a runway heading. So I'm going to go out this way a little bit because I can't quite see it. So I'm going to go out this way a little bit. And do like a 180. And hopefully when I get over close to the downwind, I'll be able to find it a little better. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Yeah. Really funny how this all works. So I am getting way too low. So I need to pitch the nose up a bit so I can get the plane to slow down a little bit. Alrighty, go ahead and roll her in. Hopefully everything becomes a little more obvious than it is right now. So I'm going to do a 180-degree turn here. And the goal is that I should end up on a downwind for runway 30. But I am still not. Not easily seeing this runway. So I think it's got to be like over there. So I'm going to kind of go over at an angle. Or is it right here? Yeah, it's right here. All right, got it. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 30.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 03.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 100 at 6 knots cleared for the option runway 03.
Alrighty. Airspeed's good. 1 notch of flaps. Looking for that runway. I'm a little bit low, so I'm not going to pull the power back like I normally would. We'll just run out here a little bit. Yeah, that was hard to see. So we'll roll in here on base. One more notch of flaps. So we're trying to get it lined up, squared up here on base. Okay, she's squared up. There's the runway. Certainly a little bit low. Not bad, really, but... Cessna 6 Bravo Golf turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 100 at 6 knots cleared for the option runway 03.
Okay. Alrighty. Go see what we can do here. So I got the power back to like 1800 right now. I'm high, really. Last notch of flaps. Actually pull the power back to idle, because I'm high. Let's see if I gotta make a correction. I don't think so. Not sure why I thought that. Up we go. When you get the power like all the way back to idle with this particular airplane, it tends to like drop like a rock, and you can't. If I pull back on the yoke trying to arrest it, no, if it ain't happening. So that's kind of what happened. So, but when I look here, it doesn't seem like it's that bad. But a reality expansion pack kind of thinks that I had the brakes on when I landed, and I absolutely did not. So kind of weird. So we got to go to a heading of 285. So we'll get enough off the ground here. Alrighty, 285. We're going off in about this direction. I'm 500 feet off the ground, so I can make a turn. Trying to slow down my turn a little bit. 300, 290, 285. So pull back on the power, 2200. Trim the nose down. Trying to get everything to kind of balance out here. Not quite there yet. $43 miles to the next airport. I think that's a solar farm there, but looks of it. Kind of looks like what they'd look like from about this elevation. And south is to my left, so kind of look a little bit off course here. My compass was off by a little bit, or my directional gyro was off by a little bit. I was like, why ain't nothing ever, why isn't anything lining up here? That's better. Frames have actually turned out better than I thought they would when I started, so. 'Cause like right now, I'm up in the 50s, so that's pretty cool. Pretty neat. So I'm getting a little closer to the settings that I want to use. Let me see where I'm at here. So for X-Plane, I'm 2356. So the native resolution of this is 2448 by 2448. So I'm pretty close to native res for the headset. So that's good. And everything seems pretty clear. It's actually clearer than it was the the last time I streamed. Last time I streamed, it wasn't, this distance over here was a bit more difficult to read. I don't know what the change was, but actually the weather's worse. It's kind of funny because I had to change the weather to like scattered clouds to fly because it was just, the weather was since was eating up too many frames. But I'm running like live weather. Kind of think I'm running live time. I don't know quite for sure, but I might not be. But because normally when I fly over here, it's in the afternoon, but I don't think it is. Just the way the sun is and stuff, it's hard to tell. With it as overcast as it is, it's hard. It's really hard to tell. So this is also kind of a test flight because the last day I streamed, I developed a fuel leak, and I got no idea what that was all about. So I put some extra information in the cockpit here so I can kind of better tell what's going on. So it'll let me know if what happened before is happening again, and so far it's not. So because what was going on is it acted almost like if you had left the fuel cap off on the top of the wing. If you do that, it's got like a chain on it, so it isn't like the cap's going to leave. But what will happen is the wind going across the top of the wing, it'll basically suck that fuel right out of the tank. And because it's a high-wing aircraft, you can't see it because you're underneath it. So you wouldn't know what's going on. The only thing you would notice would be you'd be losing fuel pretty fast. And I was doing that. I was losing it really fast. So that's what I thought it was. So I did a few last leg with 60 nautical miles, and I think I refueled the plane completely full every time 3 times to get 60 miles, which is just nuts. And so when I finally landed, I went ahead and there's a way you can do a walk around of this plane. So jumped up on the wing and looked. No, the caps were on. So I'm like, oh, okay, that ain't it. So somebody else says, well, maybe it was like a failure, you know. So I checked, and like a failure, or somehow dumping fuel got turned on. So I have the dumping fuel thing. I have the fuel cap thing. I have them here, and it's not dumping fuel, and the fuel cap is on. So and the consumption of fuel seems about correct. So just no idea what that was all about. It made for very entertaining. It went this quick. I went from having about 5.5 gallons in the tank, and this is on a downwind, so I was setting up for a downwind. So I'm setting up for a downwind, getting ready to do my 180. And between the time that I looked down and I had 5.5 gallons in each wing, my fuel was in the red. I had low fuel indications on the annunciator, and the engine and the plane ran out of fuel. That happened in less than 5 minutes. I went, well, that's not quite believable. But no, don't know what it was. Don't know what it was. So today I'm kind of just have more, a little more data available to me, so I can kind of tell what's going on. So far it seems to be okay. So I mean, it was like Like it was like dumping fuel was turned on. I don't know what else it would have been to go out as fast as it was. Like these clouds are a little bit lower. Hopefully I'll be underneath them. I'm kind of on the right heading, kind of. What's the temperature? 57, okay. Doesn't kind of look like I can get around it. Not at this point in time. Yeah, let's see if we can go under it. I got some elevation to play with. Oh yeah, we're okay. We're okay. So, about 20 miles out. EGKK Gatwick. So Gatwick's 189 feet. So Gatwick Tower. Set COM1 standby 124.230.
COM1 standby set to 124.23.
Okay. So the winds are variable, so either runway. Eight or 26. I don't know. So Gatwick has two runways. One's 5,900, the other one's 8,100. It looks like they're parallel runways, so it'll be interesting which one they give us. Because the winds are, oops. The winds are variable at 3 knots, so. So they could give us either one. One's 2.6 and the other is 0.08. So you have a 0.8 left and right, and you have a 2.6 left and right. So this is our next to the last airport. Hopefully I do the approach a little bit better. When the runway isn't really clear to you, it's a little bit hard to get set up for a proper approach. If you do a proper approach, but you're on the, when you're on the downwind, you're 1,000 feet above the runway, so you go on the downwind, and then when you turn to base, you want to lose 500 feet between the downwind and base, and during the base you want to lose 500 feet, and then when you turn from base to final, you want to lose another 500 feet. I was I was low to begin with, and then high on final, so I was trying to make corrective actions, and got a little too aggressive on pulling my power back. So all of a sudden I kind of run out of energy when I went to flare. It didn't look that bad in my landing rate thing, but evidently the G's were higher than what reality expansion pack likes. So. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Tower, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good morning. Squawk 1200 altimeter 3039er, expect to enter on a right downwind for runway 08 right. Call downwind.
Okay. So we're doing a right downwind. That's kind of different, but that's okay. And I'm actually pretty well set up for it, so that's okay too. Normally, most airports are left downwinds, but that's why I went ahead and let me recheck one more time. Expect to enter on a right downwind for runway 08 right. Okay. That's what I'll expect. So when I'm heading for my 08 right, the right runway would be the one that's on my right as I approach that runway. That's kind of how that works. And to do a right downwind, when I'm on the downwind, I'll be on the left side of the, left side of the airport. So, 5 miles out. So, 2 minutes, 45 seconds. I think it's right there. Yep. Got 2 runways? Yep. That's not 256 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 08. That's not 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 08.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf call turning final for runway 08 right.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are light and variable cleared for the option runway 08 right.
just not used to doing it this way. It's a lot harder to see back behind you when you can look back here. Just harder. Alright, I think I'm out far enough. So we'll go ahead. Put the power back a bit. Turn on base. Try not to get too screwed up here. Trying to see that runway. There it is. I overshot it. It's okay. We'll recover. So it's a runway on the right. So that runway. Okay, we recovered. Oh, looks like we got a displaced threshold here. All the flaps are in. Try not to pull too much power out until I get a lot closer to the ground. Oh, much better. Of course, it's not happy with me. Hilarious. Alrighty, on our way to our last airport. Trying to maintain runway heading here. Need to be on a heading of 52. Alrighty, we're 50 feet above the ground. Turn to a heading of that's 60. Heading somewhere like this. Excuse me. As we get close to 1500, I'm going to pull back the power. 2200. We're good. Try to level it off here and gain some airspeed. Just trying to find that balance. So 39 miles out. That'll be the final airport for the stream. So we're going to South Bend. This was Gatwick. So Gatwick has like two runways. They're in parallel with each other. This is the first time I had done a right downwind in, wow, long time. So normally, like, because you're on the left side of the plane, the left downwind is easier because you can look out here, you can look back, you know. But when you're over here, you basically got to look through a seat to try to see where the runway is. So it's for a high wing aircraft, it's more difficult. So, but we did okay. Mm-hmm. So the headset I'm using is a Vive Pro 2. So I've modded it a little bit. The lenses are they're pretty high res, so they're kind of big and they're kind of heavy. So I have a thing called a comfort mod that is basically a strap that goes across the top of my head. That's one part of it, and then the other part is there's some weights on the back of my on the back of the headset to kind of balance that the front heaviness of it. Seems to work pretty good. And the other thing is that the excuse me, the microphone on the Vive Pro, actually all Vives are pretty bad. They're really bad. And so the microphone I'm using is a Mod Mic wireless, and so it's basically there's like a little button that has adhesive on it, and it's like magnetic. So so it basically, so I just use that to replace the microphone for on the Vive Pro 2. Third thing I did was this headset runs pretty warm. The screens they just run warm. So so normally your forehead and stuff would get, especially I'm almost 2 hours into a stream, it'd get pretty toasty. So so I went searching. I looked around on the internet and seen some people had done some mods to it to try to resolve that. So so what I have is a USB, a 5-volt 40 millimeter fan. So it's 40 millimeters and it's 20 millimeters high, and so I have it set up where it is pulling heat out of the headset. So on the bottom of the headset, there's some, on the left and the right, there's some slots. And so basically what the fan does is pulls air up through there across the, basically in the area where the screens are, and then up on the top, there's some slots up there too. So I have that fan sitting on the slots, basically in an exhaust position. So the goal is to pull the heat out of the headset, and I have to admit it looks pretty bad, but it works. So it's kind of like, okay, I certainly can't see it, and people watching the stream my webcam isn't, but the picture that I use on my stream is fairly small, so you can't really see it. You can kind of tell there's a, where is it? You can tell there's a fan here, but that's about all you can tell. You can't tell that I've got like Gorilla Tape basically wrapped around it and taped down on the headset to kind of hold it in place. So, but it actually works quite well. I was pretty happy with that mod. Because a lot of people have run the fan the other way. In other words, you take air and then you blow it down, so you kind of get like a breeze on your face, kind of. And but I redid my new computer. I redid how the fans were. I exhaust everything. So basically, any heat in my computer, I try to get rid of it. So I just decided I'd try the same principle with my headset, and so far it seems to work for me. So. Okay, looks like 28 miles out. Looks like we're gonna have to go across some water if I'm on course. It looks like I'm on course, reasonably on course. Just trying to readjust my directional gyro is off a little bit, not a lot. A big old highway down there. Like a couple of them. Yeah. Like two of them coming together right there. And two 4 lanes coming together. Kinda neat. Yeah, after I had the fuel issue I had, I'm like constantly like looking at my fuel gauge and like, okay, you're gonna surprise me or what? But so far it's looking pretty good, so. And it seems like a pretty normal fuel consumption. I can pull the mixture back a little bit, kind of save a little bit of fuel here. Just kind of look at the EGT and see where it's going. Yeah, ain't looking too bad. So when you lean the engine out, you, even though I'm only at 1,500 feet, so the fuel also kind of helps cool the engine down, but when you're running a really rich mixture, it almost cools it down too far. So as I pulled my mixture back, I could see the EGT going up, and so it's well within a normal range. So the only downside is you have to make sure that when you get ready to land, that you put the mixture in the full rich. So if you have to do a go around, you got all the power of the engine that's available to the engine. Because if you try to give it full power with the mixture's back a little bit, not a lot, but you try to give it full power, it won't have the performance that it would have if it was full rich. So, but on the other hand, if you're at an airport that's 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 feet, you may actually have to have that mixture pulled back a bit to get maximum performance out of the engine. So it depends where you are. We ain't got any terrain in this area that's even close to that kind of stuff. So. It's all pretty low right here. Figured no airport was above 200 feet here, so. For my home airport, KERI, it's 720 feet, 730 feet. Hi, babe. Everything go okay?
Yeah.
Good. That was the important part. Okay, we got 20 miles out. So, South Bend is MC. So it's 45 feet. Set COM1 standby 127.730.
COM1 standby set to 127.73.
Alrighty. So if I remember right, South Bend's kind of along the coast, if I remember correctly. Some of these airports I've flown to before, but generally not the same. I've approached them differently. In other words, the flight path, the flight plan wasn't the same. It was different. So I would have approached them differently. Today's been a lot of fun because the weather is kind of making you look a lot harder for to find the runways, the airport. So, but it's not so bad that you can't absolutely find them. So it's just a little more difficult. It's like this cloud bank here, you know, it's kind of like, if I was up another 1,000 feet, I'd be in that, so. So we decided today I'll fly at 1,500 feet and try to stay underneath it. So far it's working. Yeah, I'll be under it. Kind of funny when you look at it at a distance. It doesn't necessarily look the same. The same way as like mountains and hills. When you look at them at a distance, it looks like you're not going to get over them, but as you get closer, and it's just an optical illusion. As you get closer, you realize, yeah, I'm going to clear it by actually quite a bit. So, kind of funny. Excuse me. What's something a little weird going on? My the ground speed and the GPS, my true airspeed is or indicated airspeed's around 98. Ground speed and GPS says 95, and I have a variable here that says ground speed and it says 49. I'm kind of curious where that number is coming from. Something's not right. I don't know what it is, but I kind of need to figure that out. So it looks like we gotta go across this water here. We're like 11 miles out, so. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Tower, go ahead.
Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good morning. Squawk 1200, expect to enter on a left downwind for runway 23. Call downwind.
Two, three. So we're about 5.5 minutes out. Looks like a tank farm down there. So we're 5.5 miles out. I'm gonna start looking for the runway or for the airport. Just checking to make sure, left downwind. So the course I'm on right now is should set me up for a left downwind. It's 3.9 miles out, and I think it's over there on my left. So I'm gonna put the mixture back in the full rich. 3.5 miles, yeah, that looks about right. We'll find out pretty quick here. So I'm gonna pull the power back to 2,000. Elevation 45 feet. I'll be glad when them are gone. Those weather reloads are a little crazy. Well, at least the plan is that for X-Plane 12, those will, I think, be gone. At least that's what Austin says he's trying to do. Well, we'll see. Yep. So I've got my runway heading, my heading indicator. Let me check. Yeah, we're good. So I have my heading bug set a runway heading, so it's in the bottom of my directional gyro. So that says I am on a left downwind for runway 23. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 23.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf call turning final for runway 23.
Yeah, this is pretty easy to find. So right now I'm 1,000 feet above the runway, right where I should be. Left downwind makes it much easier. So when I go by them numbers there, I want to be about 85 knots. I am. 1 notch of flaps. So I'll pull the power back to like 1800. So I'm looking for that to be about a 45-degree angle for me. So much easier on a left downwind. There we go. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and turn on base. 1 more notch of flaps. Roll her on in. Cessna 256 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Aircraft calling tower, say again with your call sign.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are light and variable, cleared to land runway 23.
Really messed that call up. Okay, flaps down. Go back to 1500. Maybe more. It's a long runway, don't need to push it too hard.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, exit runway when able.
Like we gotta go on the left. Oh, awesome. It's always good to end a stream on something like that. Alrighty. Where is the taxiway? It'll be here somewhere. There it is. Where are we going? We'll go over here. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of the active. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of the active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, you were garbled. Please say again.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of the active runway. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is tower, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request taxi to parking.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, taxi to general aviation parking via taxiways Delta.
Hopefully that's what I'm doing. Park right here. Cool. Parking brake. Alrighty. We made it. We made it. Didn't run out of fuel. Everything went pretty good. Kind of interesting. Alrighty. And settings look pretty good. I kind of liked how everything looked in the cockpit. It looks pretty nice. I don't see any shimmers or anything, so it actually looks quite nice. So I think I'm going to be sticking with these settings. And it seemed like I had enough frames. Every once in a while it seemed a little low, but it wasn't stuttering. So, alrighty. I'm going to call it a day. If you enjoyed this this kind of content, please click on the follow button, and that way you'll know when when I start streaming. I've been trying to stream quite a bit more, and I'm really looking forward to when I can start streaming X-Plane 12. That should be a lot of fun. And but until then, I'll be streaming X-Plane 11. When Microsoft Flight Simulator, they're supposed to do an update to VR, and I may try that again. The last time I tried it, it was just unfriendly to stream in VR. I couldn't get it to. I wasn't happy with it. So, and if I'm not happy with the experience, I'm not going to stream it. So just it is what it is. So, alrighty. Thanks much. And like I said, if you enjoy the content, please click on the follow button. I also move my VODs after a day or so over to YouTube, so you can find my streams on YouTube also. So same name, Sparker in VR. So guys, all have a great day. I know I had a lot of fun today. Thank you. Bye bye.